She was surrounded by doctors and billion-dollar care, but the first person to make her daughter walk was a grease-stained mechanic with no medical degree. The afternoon sun beat down on the roadside repair shop, its metal roof creaking in the heat. Inside, 32-year-old Jake wiped sweat and oil from his hands. Another long day. Another car fixed for a customer who probably wouldn't even say thank you. He lived simply, with no dreams bigger than paying rent on time and keeping his late father's tools in use. Across town, in a glass mansion surrounded by cameras and staff, Olivia Hart, tech mogul and single mom, was losing hope. Her 6-year-old daughter, Ava, hadn't taken a single step since the accident a year ago. She had everything money could buy: elite doctors, custom therapy, imported equipment from Europe. And still, nothing. That morning, her van broke down on the outskirts of town. Frustrated and late for Ava's appointment, Olivia called every premium service. No one could reach her for hours. In desperation, she pulled into the nearest place with a sign: Jake's Auto and Tire. Jake looked up as the luxury van squealed in. "Check engines flashing, and something smells like it's burning," Olivia said briskly, stepping out. She didn't offer her name. Just a tone. Jake nodded. "Pop the hood. I'll take a look." From the back seat, Ava peeked out. Her legs were tucked under a soft blanket, her little fingers gripping a tablet tightly. Jake noticed her eyes first. Quiet, but tired. As he worked, Olivia paced. "I can't miss this appointment. She's got a therapy session in 45 minutes. Jake glanced at the child again. "PT?" "Yes," Olivia said. "She hasn't walked since last year, and now the van decides to die on us." Jake closed the hood, hands dirty. "I can get you back on the road in 20, but while I work, mind if I talk to her?" Olivia hesitated, unsure. "She doesn't talk to strangers." Jake shrugged. "That's okay. I don't talk to many people either." He walked over to the open door and crouched beside Ava. "Hey," he said gently. "You know, I broke my leg when I was a kid. Didn't walk for 6 months, but you know what helped?" She glanced up, curious. "I learned to fix bikes, little ones. Had to sit, but my hands worked fine. Fixed enough of them that I forgot I was even scared to stand." Ava blinked. For the first time in weeks, she smiled. Just a little. Jake leaned in, grinning. "Want to try something with me?" Olivia watched from a few steps away, unsure whether to interrupt. No doctor had gotten more than a sentence from Ava in weeks. And now, this stranger in oil-stained boots was making her daughter smile? Jake returned from his garage corner with a strange-looking contraption made from scrap. A tiny metal walker, lightweight, padded at the top with cloth from an old seatbelt. It was ugly, unpolished. Nothing like the sleek equipment Olivia had ordered from Europe. But Ava looked at it like it was magic. Jake set it gently in front of her. "I made this last year for a neighbor's kid. It's nothing fancy, just steady. Want to give it a shot? Just to feel what standing feels like again?" Ava hesitated. Her fingers tightened on her blanket. Jake didn't push. "You don't have to move, just stand. I'll be right here." He reached out his hand, slowly, nervously. Ava placed hers in his. Olivia stepped forward, heart pounding. "Wait, she's not stable yet." But Ava had already swung her legs over the side of the seat, and then she stood, wobbly, shaking. But she was up. Jake held the frame steady. "There she is. That's the hardest part." Ava looked down at her feet, stunned. "I'm standing." "Yes, you are," Jake whispered. "That's your superpower, kiddo." Tears spilled down Olivia's cheeks. Her phone slipped from her hand. "Oh my God, Ava." Ava took one step. Just one, but it was hers. She giggled. and that sound cracked Olivia's heart wide open. Jake knelt beside her again. "You feel that? That's yours now. You can. It's just gonna take time." Olivia walked over slowly, still crying. "How did you—" Jake shrugged. "I didn't. She did. But the equipment, her doctors said—" Jake looked up. "They gave her things to fix her. I gave her something to believe in." Ava held tight to the frame, her tiny legs shaking but steady. Olivia knelt beside her, too overwhelmed to speak. It wasn't just the fact that Ava had stood. It was how she had done it, not in a clinic, not with electrodes or balance sensors, just heart, trust, and the hands of a stranger who believed in her. Jake gently backed away, giving them space. "She's stronger than anyone thinks," he said. "Probably stronger than you or me." Olivia wiped her tears, still staring at Ava like she was watching a miracle. I don't understand. She's had custom therapy for a year. Teams of experts. Nothing worked." Jake looked toward the van. Maybe what she needed wasn't equipment. Maybe she just needed to believe it was okay to try. He walked back to finish the repairs, leaving mother and daughter in a quiet moment that neither could have imagined at the start of the day. 20 minutes later, the van's engine purred like new. Jake cleaned off his hands and handed Olivia the keys. "How much do I owe you?" she asked, voice still soft. Jake shook his head. "Nothing. Consider it a trade. I got to witness something better than cash." Olivia stared at him. "You helped my daughter stand. You don't want payment?" Jake smiled faintly. "Lady, I fix cars for a living. But today, your little girl reminded me what it means to stand tall. That's more than I've earned in years." Olivia reached into her purse anyway, pulling out a card. "This is my number. If you ever need anything, you call. And, Jake?" "Yeah?" "She's going to want to see you again." Jake's eyes softened. "Then I'll be here." Ava waved from the van window. "Bye, Mr. Jake." He waved back, that same quiet grin on his face. And as the luxury van pulled away, kicking up dust in the heat of the road, Jake stood outside his shop, hands dirty, heart full, knowing he'd just changed a life. And maybe saved his own in the process. The following week, the silver van returned. But this time, it wasn't broken. Jake was under the hood of an old pickup when he heard Ava's voice behind him. "Mr. Jake, I walked 7 steps yesterday." He looked up, startled, then broke into a full smile. 7? That's 4 more than me on a Monday." Ava ran to him, not perfectly, not fast, but without the walker this time. Olivia followed behind, watching her with the same stunned expression she'd worn since that first day. Jake knelt to catch her in a gentle hug, his rough hands careful around her fragile frame. "You're gonna beat me in a race soon." She nodded proudly. "I'm training." Olivia stepped forward, holding a wrapped package. "We brought you something." Jake opened it carefully. Inside was a plaque, simple wood, engraved with just one sentence. The mechanic who fixed more than just the engine. He swallowed hard. "You didn't have to." Olivia shook her head. "I wanted to. I had the world's top experts, but it took a stranger in grease-stained boots to give my daughter her first steps. You didn't just help her. You reminded me that healing isn't always clinical. Sometimes it's human." Jake placed the plaque gently on his workbench. Later that day, Olivia made an announcement online. A foundation, in Ava's name, dedicated to building low-cost physical therapy tools for underprivileged kids. And she named the first center after the man who inspired it, Jake's Way. People asked, "Why not name it after Ava?" Olivia always replied the same. She was always going to walk. He was just the one who reminded her that she could.